because of the whole COVID situation, man. There's not enough fans in the stands, bro. It's like this lack of energy
but
in the
hold on.
building.
I think COVID really showed the true colors of it. And I think the Olympics are great in that sense. There's a lot of very, very, very talented athletes.
Of course.
And I'm not discrediting any of that
They do
whatsoever.
not
They put in the work.
They barely get paid. They work their ass off. I have nothing but
prison.
respect for
the glory of their nation.
Yeah,
right?
and for the nation. But these people are awesome. I love the athletes, but it's so weird how we love, like, a lot of us can respect all this, but it's like, but I'd rather watch my team sport. I'd rather watch football. I'd rather watch football.
But here's the problem. We're talking about sports that are completely irrelevant in an internet age.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So not to hate, but shot put. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Bro.
Ping pong is great. And I know there's a lot of countries that like ping pong. In North America, again, speaking as an ignorant Canadian, don't care. I would rather watch beer pong Olympics.
Right.
Make it entertaining. Like, we don't have to do these 100-year-old things. Like, I think the Greco-Roman wrestling is crazy. Like, those guys are just superior athletes.
Of course,
But is somebody watching that opposed to the UFC? Absolutely not.
No, but I think the Olympics is trying to add stuff. There are new sports all the time. It shouldn't be that hard, but also some of the stuff is just kind of weird too. And it's like, this isn't really a sport.
Yeah,
and
I think they're just holding on to culture. A lot of the things.
But they need to like move forward. Like, there needs to be a modern version of Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there needs to be not to be cringy, and I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, but there needs to be more like internet related stuff incorporated into the Olympics.
Like, what do you mean?
Like even if there was like, I don't want to go into esports and say that, but like,
you think esports should be?
I'm not going to say that, but I think there's modern things that should be incorporated. Like, whether it's a modern game or not. Like, imagine if there was the Olympics. Again, it's not fair, because if you're saying football was now like American football was part of the Olympics. No other country in the world is going to beat America because it's their sport.
Yeah, and nobody else plays it.
The World Cup, though, but explain to me. World Cup, obviously, soccer is massive in a lot of countries.
Exactly.
But I guarantee you, the World Cup watch numbers are 10 times out of the Olympics.
Absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
But it just goes to show you. So it's just like the sports and all the things that these guys are competing in. Like, I think swimming is dope. I swim for pretty much, like, that was my sport pretty much growing up. It was a poor kid's sport. You don't need anything but goggles, right? Yeah. But are you really watching?
I mean, it was fun at one point, though. Remember when Michael Phelps? Yeah,
but we grew up.
Yeah.
But
and Thorpe, I remember that. Like, he was his teammate as well. Like, that's when it was fun. And then running was Usain Bolt and all of these guys. Like,
Mike, what are you saying?
But I think it's a legitimate conversation here that we're having with the Olympics, because as we're saying, it wasn't even like 10 years ago maybe that we still found the people around us and ourselves like enjoyed the Olympics or would talk about them.
Exciting.
Look at the medal counts, stuff like that. Obviously the USA run shit. Yeah. But what has actually, like, I know you're saying they need to adapt and modernize, but I don't even know if, like, do you think it's just an our age group thing that's kind of getting bored with it?
But our age group, here's the thing. If we don't care about it, kids that are 16 right now, 10 years, 11, 12 years younger, nobody is tuning into the Olympics.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody, 100%. Dude.
100%.
And here's the pathetic thing that I'll be honest with it. Yeah. I think it's because they've done such a terrible job with coverage, because it's still CBC or the international news outlets. Why are they not being live streamed on Twitch?
So that is the first thing.
Why is the distribution so poor?
That's the first thing in regards to this that I'll agree with. I think they are doing a terrible job.
Distribution is awful.
Exactly.
Put it in front of, like, if you want young kids to be interested.
Put it on social media platforms.
Live stream it on Twitch.
Exactly. Done.
Live stream on Facebook. But then
guess what? Ad money, all these other things come into it too.
But that's okay if the athletes can make some of the money.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere where the Olympics goes, it literally drains and destroys that country.
Yeah, because they set up these large...
Bro, a lot of places just straight up say too, we don't want the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, this is it's going to destroy our economy.
Yeah.
Like, what for? What is this really for? Tourism? Like,
yes.
Like
that's what they're going to be here for, like, how long, and they're out.
Yeah. I'm shocked the Tokyo Olympics is still happening, but it is what it is.
You see their beds are made of, like, cardboard boxes?
Yeah, because they don't want athletes having sex. Like,
do that.
Listen, they'll stand up and do it. They'll figure it out.
Bro, they're gymnasts. They're going to be on the wall.
Yeah, like Spider-Man. Come on now.
Have you guys heard any stories about, like, the past Olympics before COVID, like before Tokyo? How they basically the like
Olympic Village.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, sir.
The Olympic Village in past Olympics is the horniest place on Earth.
Really?
The man who built that roller coaster on Coney Island because of the brothels, brother, he would have built 50 of them just in Tokyo alone. He would have been so upset with these athletes, bro. Yeah, and they have to because sports,
exactly.
You have to release those. Yeah, you have to release,
estrogen,
and you have a lot of good-looking, men and women.
The best people in shape are there. You know, unless you're a sumo wrestler, but that's another conversation. I will say.
But even that, man, like it's crazy to think that sumo wrestling, like that could be huge.
Yeah.
It could be marketed properly.
Right.
Honestly, 50 needs to get behind them with some vitamin water. They need to hype it up. Imagine Red Bull. Like, why does Red Bull not touch sumo wrestlers? There should be some interesting stuff, man.
Yeah.
I
don't think Wings could lift them.
I haven't seen Red Bull in a long. I haven't seen Red Bull ads in a long time. Is that just me, or?
I think it's because they tapped out, bro. They're like, what are you gonna buy? Red Bull or Monster? There's nobody.
Exactly.
I don't remember when they used to say, "Hey, Red Bull gives you wings." Remember that
was
whole
a come
thing?
up, right?
Yeah, that was a come up. They stopped doing that too.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yo, do you guys think that, like, for the Olympics, it's funny you think about like athletes and athletic performance and who you're following?
Yeah.
There's so much of that interest already on Instagram that it just completely replaced it. And none of these Instagram athletes are like, I don't use Instagram and I'm not really following these people, but it's just like, I haven't really heard about that or seen it.
Yeah. And then it's like, who wants to really tap into like a full event when you can just hop on Instagram? You have House of Highlights that's posting.
I think that's the
best moments.
I think that's
of the
another
day.
That's another big thing that's really hurting things is the highlights. The satisfaction from hopping on YouTube or Instagram and being like, you go into work the next day and one of your buddies wants to talk to you about, oh, did you see this? And you'll just say, yeah, because you saw the highlights and that's
what
enough.
I'm saying. But bro, like, come on, like, exactly, like for me, like when I used to watch basketball, in Western Conference games, I could not stay up all the way because it's too late.
It's too late, bro.
You know? So exactly. So I'll wake up the next day,
watch the
highlights, man.
Yeah.
And I felt like I watched the whole game. Why am I gonna?
Yeah, unless it's a weekend, you can't be watching this stuff.
Yo, if I'm gonna just say right now.
Yeah.
If there was a promo code for the Olympics for Skinny Detox Tea and Gymshark, everybody would be on that shit, right?
Every Instagram.